This is Kilo, and today I will be reviewing my HPC 1200 PCH Punch Machine. This is the little brother to the HPC Blitz machine with some obvious and not so obvious differences. It comes with 101 code cards as well as 4 micrometer cards. These come in handy when you are calibrating this machine, as when mine arrived, it was not calibrated and I had to use one of these cards, and it really is a simple process that only took about 5 minutes. You use these tools here, these two, and I will show you. Let me move the key out of the way here, using one hand here. This little plunger down here, you just simply hook one of these on the nut, the other side on the plunger. You hold this one still and you twist him left or right, depending on which way you need to go. And it simply just locks itself into whichever position, similar to any other duplicator or key machine. And it's really as simple as that. You just simply use one of your cards, go back and forth with him, and it is a super simple process. I will try and do a video on it in the near future, but today this is just an overall view, and I will show you how to cut a key with this machine, how accurate it is, and that is one thing about punch machines that I love, is their accuracy. They are really known to be one of the more accurate types of key code originators. A lot of people, you'll see in a shop, they'll have their blue machine for their Schlags or their best. Instead of buying all of those, I bought this one because instead of spending, $1,200 to $1,500 for a Schlag punch machine, a Quickset, a Best, a Yale, this does all of it. It's almost all of it. So the only types of keys that this will not cut are those with paracentric keyways. For instance, a Sergeant will not cut on this machine. So if you are really just in the automotive side, or you do, residential light commercial, you can probably get away with using this machine as your everyday machine. I use this on my smaller vehicle because I hate inverters. I do not like putting those on vehicles. So this being non-electric, it is perfect for me. It's also very light. I think the package said it weighed somewhere around 38 pounds. It feels a lot lighter than that, so if I need to pick it up and take it anywhere with me, it's very easy to do so. I did build this mount here for it so I could angle it in my vehicle, and I just simply used some scrap plywood that I had and some brackets. Very simple. And under here you can see it is mounted right there with just 2 bolts, and it stays very solid, so not a lot of movement. I only have a couple screws as I took this out of my vehicle to show you guys. But so let's get into cutting the key. It comes with these code cards similar to the Blitz machine. However, you will notice that these cutouts are a lot different. It's cut out so it will not fit in the Blitz machine or vice versa. However, if you look up here, it does show you, just like the Blitz, your card number, your punch series. So you see up here, it says PCH 14. We look at our machine and we have the PCH 14 jaw. The punch and die. So it'll also show you here to use jaw A, and it shows you if it's left or right hand insertion. So this one here shows that it goes in from the left side. right here. Let me see if I can find you here on the Schlage. It shows right hand insertion. So this is something to pay attention to, as when you try to cut the key, you will have to kind of look at the picture, and it makes it very easy for you. So the way that this works, we will take our code card, place it in just like the Blitz machine, and from here I'm going to show you exactly how accurate this machine is once it is calibrated. So to do that, I'm going to show you on this old scrap Defiant cylinder. This is the original key for it. This came off of a client's home who wanted to change all of their locks. So this is just in my scrap pile. Happen to have a nice set of setup keys here. And it has a code stamped on it of 36532. To show you that this works, we are right there. So let's see how accurate this machine is, and I will show you exactly how to do this. So to make sure your key is in the right position, you want to back this all the way down, and you want to make sure this is all the way back to make sure that your key is away from the, punch and die, and nowhere that you're gonna get trapped or anything. It does have a shoulder gauge that does double as a tip stop for automotive keys and, best keys. So from here, what we'll do is our code of 36532. This controls your spacing. So we will move him to cut number 1, simply just rolling him. We'll stop him right on number 1. And this is our depth knob. We will simply turn him until we get to depth 3. Right there on the money. And from here, we just simply grab the handle and press down. From here, we will go to space number 2, which is a 6. So we will, trying to do this to a camera, sorry about that. We will go to space number 6, right there on the money. And once again, punch. From here, we will go to space number 3. And the third cut is a 5. So, once again, punch. Our fourth cut is a 3, so we will move him to number 4 and him to number 3, and we punch. And our last cut is a 2, so we will go to space number 5 and move him to depth number 2. From there, we will punch right there. Now we will just, So that is one thing to note. I'm glad we did this, because on your shallow cuts, and this happens on many punch machines, it likes to grab on those shallow 1 and 2 cuts. This isn't a big deal. Normally I'm holding it with 2 hands, but for the sake of this, you want to definitely pay attention to your shallow cuts with all punch machines, as sometimes the number 1 cut especially will get punched, but there will be a little bit left on top that you may need to take a little needle file and kind of just give it 1 or 2 little files just to make sure you flatten out the cut. Not really a big deal to me. Still quicker than, you know, anything else, and cheaper than having to, you know, hook up an inverter to your vehicle and all of that. So from here, we will simply back him all the way out, if I remember my directions here. So we will loosen our jaw, grab our key, and as you can see, it's very cleanly cut. That is the other thing I love about punch machines, is you don't have a lot of key dust. Key dust is the enemy. The Blitz machine will just have key dust everywhere, and you just constantly have to sweep up, and eventually, you know, you get to so many jobs you can't keep up with sweeping it up, and you end up with just piles of, it looks like buried treasure. It's just insane amounts of dust, and it's not your normal dust. It will poke you and it will stay in your fingers forever, and it's ridiculous. So with punch machines, they leave these little chips here. I don't know, maybe we can see right underneath there. Those are your little key chips, and those are way easier to clean up. Now we will take our key and test it in our Defiant cylinder here. So, perfect. Very nice. Just like our regular key. And there we go. So, that is my review of the HPC 1200 PCH Punch Machine. To change the punch and die, you simply take your tool they give you here, and all you have to do is place it in here and just turn it just that much, just maybe even just barely half a turn, and from here you just slide these out of the way, 1 and 2, and this one you will have to back out all the way. It is only finger tight, just like on the Blitz machine. Everybody likes to over tighten everything, so we'll put our little bolt here aside, and it simply just lifts out. To change, let's say we're going to cut, you know, a master lock key, we would take our PCH 1011, place him inside like so, take our bolt, finger tighten him down, and I just twist it just not even a quarter turn, just enough to make sure he's in there. Slide these right back over and half a turn back to the right, 1 and 2, and we now are set up for our master key or any other key that uses the 1011 punch. So it's really that simple. This is also the newer version of this machine. They have an older version where the handle was more of like a paddle and it folded out. And this one, I guess they said, is more user-friendly. I don't know, because I never used that machine. I don't know how the calibration works on that machine. I do know that this one is very simple, very clean. I honestly would recommend this for anyone in the market for a affordable code origination machine. From there, I mean, here is the model number for you guys one more time, if it will focus. There we go. It's actually not, it's kind of blurry in real life too. So there's that. And then simply from here, we change that. We would grab our, you know, master card, 1011 punch, put him in there, and it is all set up for the next key. So I hope this helps you if you are in the market to buy one, or you are, you know, you just bought one and you want to see how it works. If this video did help you, feel free to leave a like, and as always, have a nice day.